Hi guys, welcome to another Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. Before we get started, quick disclaimer. You'll note I have pinned hidden coin number 4. I would say we're gonna have another try at this, and I would accidentally stumble into it. But I'm gonna be honest, I looked at a guide for this alone, and it told me a thing. And I did accidentally then read beyond where the coin is, so I know where it is, and I've been and I've checked it. This is a thing I didn't do. I didn't even think to use my freaking detecto-vision. At least I don't think so. I don't know if I did this or not, but you can do this. But the fact that nothing else is happening makes me think maybe we did and I've just forgotten because my brain doesn't hold on to a lot of information sometimes. I'm doing too many things with different video games off stream that I forget what I did in each one. So anyway, it is down here. I'm so mad. So we're going to go and grab it, and we will forever curse Mycroft's name. The thing I didn't do down here was to use the pulse and look here. We just went into the bandit layer, and the bandits vanished. That's weird. But here's the coin. Fuck you, Mycroft. Hang on, is my game volume up, by the way? Yep, it's on. Okay. Oh, that was weird. I've had a problem with this game before when I've alt-tabbed out of it and back in, and the music stopped. I think it just did it again. Anyway, here's the coin.
An acture called Asper by the British. One of the first Ottoman silver coins.
We can't pronounce anything right, you know.
They minted them in Serbian despotate.
Ooh, the Serbian despotate. Oh my goodness.
It bears a tura, a unique calligraphic seal of a sultan. Mycroft received this coin as a gift from a prominent Turkish family in Cordona for some favour.
Well, of course he did, because he's Mycroft. But wait, Mycroft gave Sherlock that coin as a gift, and then he decided to steal the coin back and bury it and challenge Sherlock to find it. Mycroft, what the hell is wrong? Silly boy. Okay, the other thing is, I did find this. I was running around... hang on, let me go back up to the fast travel. I did find this one, the high tower. This one I did honestly. I promise. I only looked up coin number 4. The only other thing I did do, though, as well, when I looked at this walkthrough, I thought, you know what, let's just make sure I haven't missed any cases. I've missed several. We're going to have to, after this, go back to the police station. This is a reason why there is a marker there still. It means I have shit to do there. There are cases. I just didn't notice. Earlier in the game, we went to the police station and learned how to do disguises with the atelier who was somewhere around here, right? I think something like, I don't know, this woman who gave us clothing and taught us how to, yeah, gave us clothing, makes us sound like a street urchin. She gave us disguises and taught us how to do things like that, and then we also did combat training, and then I walked away. I was like, thanks, coppers. There's cases on a case board here. I must have missed that, or again, it was last year. I didn't miss it, and I was like, I'll come back to that, and then at some point I forgot. Anyway, this is over here by the damn Harbour Watchtower. I was running around a couple of different places here, and I was actually making my way to the trader, and then I looked and I was like, did I check the watchtower? Because this looks very watchtowery, doesn't it, in the picture? And sure enough, I went here and I was like, oh shit, that's literally the clue right there. Look at that. The stripy fronted building and that. Now, I did think it meant go up here, but I was wrong. That's not what you... it's actually, there's an archway just there above Sherlock's head, base of the tower where that lamp is, so... I was like, well, how do I get up there? And I found it, but I'm going to grab it on stream rather than off stream. There are 2 more stages of treasure hunting. I don't know if I'm going to do them all. What I have also learned is, when we finish this part of A Mother's Love, to go into the back garden, that's the last one. I haven't read about it, but I saw the chapter list, and I saw that was the final chapter, was the backyard. I was like, yeah, it did feel like we're coming to the conclusion.
Treasure located. Let's celebrate.
Let's get in there, John. But you can't celebrate shit because you don't exist. So you can just sit up there, you know, doing whatever the hell you're doing. I don't know what that's all about. So anyway, yeah. If we finish this, we cannot continue free roam afterward. I have, however, bought everything for the house now. We did that on stream, I think. I don't think I did that off stream. I don't remember doing any. I bought a couple of things off stream, but yeah. So I want to go back to the house eventually and get those memories. But, oh god. They literally just like... I guess I have to go back? Yeah, okay. I thought they gave me a new set, and it was outside the town hall, if I remember. Let's go turn that in. And we'll, I am so glad, by the way, they didn't charge you for fast travel. I'm not paying, you know, these carriage drivers, all whatever they... I forget what these guys are called now, the people who, like, pull a cart like this. You know, they don't charge us, which I think is very nice of them. Very British.
Cordona. The treasures await you.
All right.
Collect
There
them
you are.
all and return for more.
Yes, I got them. Give me more. I've obtained photographic clues for more boxes. Stage 1 complete. We put that off long enough, didn't we? But unless anything really jumps out at me, like off the big depot. Well, that's going to be up at Miner's End. That's the only place I know there's railway. So if we run the rail line, we'll eventually find that. A bridge over rocky areas could be... I don't think that doesn't look like anything between Old Town or from northern main island of, was it Scaladio? It's not there up into Silverton. Yeah, it's none of these, I don't think. It might be one of them. No, they're really thick, stubby bridges. So it could be one of these down here where it's a bit rocky. Maybe even that one. I don't remember what that bridge looked like.
A contest for the guests of...
Yes. But it's a pretty short bridge, so it could be one of the southern ones. Tower Stairs. Oh, that big old boxy structure there. That could actually be one of the passages to Scaladio, because you can go down a tower there to the beach. That could be that. That could be anywhere. Fuck me. Okay. And that too. Little Park, though, is a bit loose, so we look for little parks. That could be anywhere. A crumbling column? There's no shortage of columns in this place. There's a fountain and a carriage and a secret sea view. So we know it's going to be down the south end. That's definitely Old Town, where the fort is. And again, oh, that looks literally the mine at Miner's End. We'll grab all these in a little while. We have more in for a penny as well. These I can go and do when we go back to the main house. Otherwise, I went through the list, at least just looking at the names of the cases in the contents of the walkthrough, and everything else is there, apart from some of the cases that we have to go back to the police station and do, because I didn't realize they were there. But if we finish this, we can't continue with anything else, and we still have to do magical prodigy.
Cordona.
We'll do the
Find
police.
hidden treasure.
We'll do the police stuff first. Go to the police station, the Popo. See what they have to do. What have you got for me, policeman? I don't know how expensive rather these cases are. How expensive are they? Excuse me, how much do these cases cost? This is why every time I come to this guy and talk to him,
Any progress with the case, Mr. Holmes?
I'm like, what case? Is he just asking in general? Is one of those like, so how's that case go? He's like that, you know, uncle that wants to know how work's going or every time you talk to them or something. I had an uncle who always asked me how my car was. Very weird. Such a weirdo. He was like, how's the car? Like, it's fine. Why wouldn't it be? This case board has cases on it. Totally didn't know. And it looks like it just gives you but there's supposed to, I think there's 4. Those must be the 4 cases. I guess I have to do 1, and then I thought it would give me a list. I do 1. maybe, and then I can go back for another one. The Collie Shangles. What? Collie Shangles? Oh my god, they give me some evidence already. A sailor was stabbed to death in a fight at the Golden Eel Bar, which is located on Scarlet Street in Old City, west of Sesame Street. That's Big Bird did it. Don't fuck with Big Bird. He will stab you, you know? Like, Jesus. If you piss off Big Bird, you know, he will come for you. Shank you with a stabbing knife. So we got suspects. Brian McLee, soldier. Alec Kaplanidis, a dock worker. And Selim Yonan, trader. All suspects detained, case pending investigation. So this is the soldier. So this would be Brian McLee. The trader punched me in the face, broke my glasses. It was my only pair. The Ottoman scum hate us all. Hate all of us as well. I can read, yeah, I promise. How long do we have to put up with? We've got the worker here. So this will be the trader dude. I was just sitting there minding my own business when... Oh, the trader. This is the dock worker, sorry. Sitting there when the trader hit the soldier and he crashed into my table. How could I stay calm? By not getting involved in someone else's bullshit? Backing away? Call the police? So I might have grabbed a bottle and smashed it over the trader's head. I don't remember anything after that. That's weird. And then the trader, the sailor started pushing me around, although I didn't mean to spill my drink on him. I fell on the soldier, who lashed out at me like it was my fault. I had to stand up for myself, but then someone smashed me in the head with a bottle. This guy says that he punched him in the face, and this guy was like, I fell into him with my fist. Bop. Oh no. I was trying to stop myself with my bald fist, and his face came into contact with it. And then the barman, who wasn't involved, is like, the trader spilled beer on a sailor. Boy, that escalated quickly. He's like, sat back like, boy, that escalated. I don't remember how the sailor swung a chair. I remember how the sailor swung a chair at the trader, missed and hit the worker instead. That doesn't jive. I was hiding behind the counter to wait out the mayhem. So he says the trader punched him, broke his glasses, but then he doesn't say what he did after that. He tells us that, yeah, the trader and the soldier were fighting, and the soldier crashed into the table. Well, they both crashed into the table, and then he grabbed a bottle and smashed it over the trader's head. He doesn't say anything about the bottle, but he would have probably missed it because he was hiding. He confirms he was hit in the head with a bottle, so we can say that that's true. Yeah. I mean, I suppose I have to go somewhere, right? Maybe I go to the actual bar as well and talk to people and look at the scene, and we'll see if we can figure out how it happened. But I just kind of want to make sure I have the facts right. So he says he stumbled after the trailer was pushing him around and he spilled his drink on it. Which tracks with what the barman says. That was the instigation. And then they said the soldier lashed out like it was his fault. So the lash out must have been the swinging of a chair, which missed. Then he stood up for himself and then someone smashed him with a bottle. At some point then they both got pushed around onto the worker's table, which the worker was like, whack. And then he doesn't remember anything after that. Oh, no. They probably crashed into the table first. Then the dock worker hit the trader in the hit this guy in the head with a bottle. The trader knocked him out, and him without his glasses swung a chair and ended up hitting the dock worker. Probably that's probably what happened. Okay, well, it's in Old City. What were the names? Scarlet Street, west of Sesame City. Scarlet Street, west. Oh, there's Sesame Street. Goes all the way up here. Scarlet Street. Oh, there's the markers here. Oh, those are the fast travel. Yeah, so it's where this is, Northern Old City. We're on Scarlet Street, west of Sesame Street, so it's going to be here somewhere, right? Okay. Let me go have a look. I will look at the case. I will look at the location. Where's the fast travel? Over here. Let's go. To Old Town, sir. I have business to transact. My business is justice. Something like, I don't know, a bit dramatic. This is Scarlet Street. Yeah. A bar fight in Scarlet Street. There's the Golden Eel. Yep, so I guess it's here. What is this? A very gold cage. Holy shit. Hi, how's it going?
Stark told me you'd be doing the legwork for him. Feel free to look around.
Stark. Oh my god. Must always be a Stark in Winterfell. Here we go.
Things really got out of hand here.
Oof. Ooh, this looked like a fun Friday night. Or Saturday night, if you're an Elton John fan. But that's a good song. Saturday night's alright for fighting. So we've got numbers down here. Let's find the numbers and work from there. Ooh, there's rats. I don't want to drink in this place anymore. Well, let's have a look. We got the spilled beer.
Spilled beer led to spilled blood.
Doesn't it always? We got here.
An unfinished bottle of rum.
Rum. A good old sailor's drink. So the trader would have filled his beer on the sailor. There's a dead... What the hell is with the dead crow in here? Who brought this bird in here and killed it? The hell? And then this would have been the scuffle point. This would have been where the dock worker was sitting, having his drink. And it got knocked over. There's the glasses for the sailor.
The lenses are very thick. The owner of these glasses is very nearsighted.
Yeah. How did he qualify for military service? Was the thing? Yeah, there it is. I guess I'm looking at the table.
Someone must have landed hard on it.
So that tracks. Okay. Is over here. This would
Shards
be
of a broken bottle with blood on them.
where the dock worker smashed the trader over the head. They must have been like scuffling around the bar and ended up over here, and then the dock worker whacked the trader. Meanwhile, sailor went and grabbed
Solid
himself
oak. It took quite a blow to break it.
old oak chair and smacked the dock worker with it. Yeah. There's more blood here. Knife?
Sharp enough to gut a fish or a man. An ordinary kitchen knife.
Yeah. Ordinary kitchen knife.
That's a lot of blood.
So in the middle of all this fight,
Stabbed several times.
somebody took the opportunity to stab at a guy. That's where our victim died. Away from the carnage, basically. Is there anything else around here? Any thoughts there, John,
What
old
would
boy?
you like? On today's menu, we have stomach punching, head kicking, and the chef's special, throat slitting.
Oh, beautiful. I like the sound of it. Can you add some of that corn to it? Nice. I like how the oven's still going. Never-ending flame. Doesn't look as though there's anything else. What about in this back room? Have a look over here. Is there anything else? Found the smoking room, but it doesn't look as though there's any markers. Alright. Let's work it out then. Let's do the bit where Sherlock zones out. There we go. I do like how this works, where he's just like, I'm just going to sit back and relax. In The Awakened, he didn't do that. He was the one actually walking around and doing it, you know. But I do like this where he's like, I'm going to lay down and just envision the scene. So we got chick going down here. So we have pushing around, which is what... Yeah, no, that didn't happen. There's no broken glass here. This is more just a test as to whether we've been paying attention to the statements. This is where the game quizzes you and is like, were you reading or were you just trying to speedrun this game? Did you comprehend? Yeah, so they had their disagreements, spilled beer, Sailor gets up and confronts, and they have a push and shove match. That's not right. That's not right either. I guess the sailor, yeah, the sailor's glasses were over here, right? So the sailor must have been the one who got thrown into the table. Nope. That didn't happen, yeah. Sailor thrown into table, broken glasses. And then... what else? Trader throws sailor into table. Dock worker smashes. Yeah, that's the trader in the head with a bottle. But what about the... Now this one here? Yeah. Meanwhile, the sailor, now without any glasses, doesn't know who he's even hitting anymore, smacks a dude. But over here... who did the stabbing? Why would the sailor stab another sailor? Man, we just gotta guess who did this? Have a look. This, what's interesting is this sailor is hatless. Right? He would have lost his hat maybe during the fight, but where is the hat? Sailor hat isn't here. We've only got those two options, so that's kind of weird. The dock worker smacks trader, knocks him out, and then gets laid out by a sailor with a hat on. Is there anybody else for this? Got a punch. That doesn't make sense. The man didn't get up off the floor and punch the same guy that just hit him with a bottle. He got whacked from behind by the blinded sailor, who now has... maybe it's a different sailor did this. Could be a different sailor did that, while our boy ran over here and just decided to shank a dude. It's not really possible that either of these two guys could have done it if they ended up on the floor here. Let me just come out of this for a minute. Before I validate. Reread the statements. So the barman gets the good view of the first part of the fight. First fart? Jesus, my brain. Words. The first part of the fight. Trader spills beer. Find ourselves who is who. The dock worker has the hat, the trader is the bald guy. So... Trader spills beer on sailor. Escalates quickly. He remembers how the sailor swung a chair at the trader and missed and hit the worker instead, and he didn't see anything else. That's kind of sus to me. That's very suspicious. Because by the flow of events, the swinging of the chair happened after the guy gets thrown to the table. Right? Trader says sailor was pushing him around. Well, we don't care who started it. We're here to finish it. So, didn't mean to spill the drink. Fell on the soldier who lashed out at me like it was my fault. I think that's probably bullshit. I think he did take a swing at him. That happens. People are just like, you know, in the moment. Boys will be boys and all that. But then somebody smashed me with a bottle and I blacked out. He doesn't say anything about specifically throwing the sailor into a table. Now, the dock worker says he was minding his business when the trader hit the soldier, so he verifies independently that the trader hit the soldier just like the soldier says. And he crashed onto my table. That we know. He grabbed a bottle and smashed it over the trader's head and then doesn't remember anything after that because he got hit by the soldier. I keep saying sailor, but it's soldier, isn't it? So actually, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, I gotta redo it. Oh, it didn't save it. That's a sailor, not a soldier. That's weird. Guy's wearing a sailor's outfit and hat. No, that's not a soldier. It's a sailor. And that's a soldier. This is very confusing suddenly. This is very confusing. I am thoroughly perplexed. Yeah, okay. Gotta separate sailor and soldier here. That's what my brain's been doing, is just lumping them both together. I'm thinking military man and I'm conflating them together. So the case is a sailor was stabbed to death in a fight in the bar. A sailor was stabbed. The soldier says a trader punched me in the face and broke my glasses. The worker, the dock worker, says he was minding his business when the trader hit the soldier and crashed into the table. So those bits of information are verifiable. So where the table is, it was the soldier crashing into the table, and it was the trader who punched him. Okay. The trader says the sailor started, this is where I've got it all wrong, started pushing me around, didn't mean to spill my drink on him. I fell on the soldier, who lashed out like it was my fault, and then he punched the soldier, so the soldier was behind him. Right, okay. Yeah, I've been confused by the facts here, so let's just reanalyze. Barman says the trader spilled beer on a sailor. He says the same thing. Then he fell on the soldier, who lashed out at me like it was my fault. And he had to stand up for himself. So he's not really saying he hit him, but he's also kind of saying he hit him, right? But the soldier was just a bystander in a dispute between the trader and the sailor, the victim, the murder victim. And then he remembers how a sailor swung a chair at the trader, missed and hit the worker. So that's weird. Somebody smashed a bottle on him and he blacked out. That's what the worker said. Grabbed the bottle and smashed it over the trader's head. Everything the worker's telling us does kind of track with what was happening. All right. I have coffee in my veins now. We can figure this out. Okay. This is the sailor getting killed. We need to figure out who done that, though. I feel like it could be the soldier in that case. He wasn't involved in the swinging of the chair. That's why I was like, why did he swing a chair at a dude and then go stab a sailor? Seems weird, you know? So, sailor and trader argue, beer spill, push and shove, pushed into soldier who was standing around here. Trader turns around. Nope, that's not right. Once the soldier and the trader get into it, and he punches the dude, according to 2 eyewitnesses. Bam! Soldier goes down and loses his glasses. Sailor, meanwhile, made his way over here. Then over here, we have dock worker, the hat on, knocks out trader because he was pissed off. He was sitting at this table, crash, he jumped away, grabbed a bottle, or he probably had the bottle in his hand, and then whacked the dude with it when the trader started moving over here, probably making his way to the soldier. Right, to the sailor, sorry. God, let's get it right, Matt. Get it right. Let's not confuse ourselves again. Might have been after the sailor to, like, continue his fight with him. But sailor comes in and wallops the dock worker. Okay. So who kills the sailor who retreated back here afterward? Would it be the trader who had a fight with him? Or would it be the soldier? Well, let's reason it out. The bartender can't tell us because he was hiding behind the bar from the moment shit went, you know, kind of squiffy. But he does say the sailor hit, or tried to hit, the trader with a chair and hit the dock worker instead, right? And the other option here wasn't the trader, it was the dock worker. Is it? Oh no, there is a trader as well. Okay, so the trader's here, the dock worker is here, and the soldier is here. Right. At that point, the bartender's gone. We have no other witness to events. The trader claims he was knocked out by the bottle to the head. And I guess the dock worker claims he was knocked out as well by the chair. That's heavy oak. He would have been thoroughly unconscious. He wouldn't have just got straight back up and, you know, got a knife out and stabby, stabby, stabby. But with these two people down on the ground and the soldier gathering himself, who's over there now but a sailor, who he then pushed back over here and began shanking him with his knife. Kind of feel like that's what we got going on here. Let's see, validate. Did we get it right? Yes!
It all
sadly.
started when the trader accidentally spilled his beer over the sailor. The trader punched the soldier who came crashing down on a table. The worker smashed a bottle over the trader's head, then the sailor knocked the worker out with a chair. The soldier is the real killer. He wanted to knife the trader but killed the sailor due to his poor eyesight.
Key evidence collected. All evidence collected? All evidence collected. Okay, good, good. We done it. Got it all. Alright. So what do I do now? Do I just go and tell the desk sergeant, I guess, and be like, yo, this is what... Hey, child, out of my way.
What if the barman...
Nah, don't even try, dude. Don't even try. You'll just get it wrong. Sherlock's here now. You don't have to think. Just, you know, eat your donut. Okay, back to the cop shop. Big braining. Big braining. I like that it just gives... this is the thing about this game. I like that it just gives you evidence to work with, and you still have to reason it out. It doesn't spell it out for you and say, oh, congratulations, you collected all the evidence. We now put a guilty marker over this person's head, and you can go and accuse them. Yeah. Now, I wonder, are these guys in lockup meanwhile? Can I even talk to these guys first before we do anything? It might be in lockup. Might be an interview room. No, I guess they're not. They're not in interview rooms. Alright. It'd be good if I could talk to them just to get a verification of their event, you know, but maybe these cases aren't meant to be super expansive and you're supposed to just solve them quick. A little bit of money making.
People detained on suspicion of murdering a sailor in a bar fight. All evidence indicates that the soldier among them is the true killer. He was the last man standing.
Very well. Soldier or not, he'll get what he deserves. I'll see to it personally. Nice work. Try solving another case. It seems you have a knack for it.
Yeah, it's not like I haven't done tons of cases around Cordona already, but thanks for recognizing I have a knack for it. Oi. Right, next one. Splitting the loot. Ooh. Alright, John, what are you saying about me? Oh, he's still just talking about Mr. Von Kram. What is this? Oh, that's my coin. Right, okay. I just really dislike markers that are like, you haven't read this yet. I have to tick them off. So, alright, what have we got going? 3 men were killed in a quarrel over the distribution of a bank robbery loot. The gunfight was reported at the northern end of Silverton in the backyard of Engineer Lane between Ebernote Street and Colpit Street. The stolen property was not recovered. Case suspended due to inconclusive evidence pending further investigation. Oh my. Okay. 3 men killed in a quarrel during a gunfight. There could still be more people out there, especially given the fact the property wasn't recovered. It means somebody won and took the loot. Roger Smiley, 42-year-old, previously arrested for theft, wearing glasses. Cause of death, shotgun wound to the torso. Bill Devon, 35 years old, previously affiliated with the Red Scarves gang. Cause of death, blood loss from a severed jugular. Throat was slit, probably. Identity unknown, 30-year-old, roughly, wearing a hat. Comprehensive right there. Suffered a leg wound. Cause of death, point-blank shot to the heart. Oh! Shot to the heart. Well then. We're looking for Bon Jovi. Who gives love a bad name, by the way. So, what do we do with this? I guess we just have to go there and look. Northern end of Silverton, backyard on Engineers Lane between Ebernote and Colpit. Okay. Let me get to the fast travel-y. Look at the map.
How do you do?
Ebernote and Colpit on northern end of Silverton. Engineers Lane. There's Colpit. That's Ebernote. So it's up here somewhere, right? Okay. I guess I could. But I keep forgetting I can put my own markers down like that. I always forget that. I remembered making good use of that in the Sinking City. Like, once I discovered it was a thing I could do, but I was like, okay, I'll just put markers down everywhere and do all the cases. So I'm guessing it's further down here, right? Yeah. It'll be this yard here, probably. Let's have a look. Yep, here's the copper.
It's you again. Be sure not to miss any clues. Stark will piece them together, you'll see.
Oh, I bet he will. He'll piece together what I tell him to piece together. That's what'll happen here. A lot of different clues here. Well, let's go again in order. So we got number 1. Ooh. Yeah, the loot was never recovered, guys. I'm sure this isn't all.
Some loot has been left behind. Whoever took it must have been in a hurry.
Got a broken bottle, probably from the table being tossed over.
Booze got the better of them. No wonder it ended in violence.
Greed and booze, guys, don't mix. They never do. Number 2 is over here. Couple of bullet wounds and some blood. Couple of missed shots.
2 bullets hit the cart. No traces of blood, though.
Yeah. Then another one over here. So Mr. Shot in the leg might have been
Droplets
over here.
of blood. Someone caught a bullet here.
Yeah. Like he could have been standing by the cart here, and 2 shots missed, and then the other one hit him in the leg. This clean knife.
Perfectly
blood.
balanced for throwing. The blade is very sharp.
No blood on it though. Interesting. Huh. Got it. Double
The
barrel.
man with the shotgun fired only 2 shots.
Wow, and they left that behind?
Seems he was too busy bleeding to reload.
I guess it was, yeah, I guess it wasn't left behind. It was like the victim's gun then. Who would leave a very nicely engraved shotty like that
Stuck
behind?
deep in the wood.
Somebody was throwing knives. Holy shit. Danny Trejo's been here from Desperado or something. I am throwing them. He was here where this floating tree is. He was just like chucking knives out of his knife belt across his chest. Anything else? Oh, there's more stuff over here. So what number were we up to? We did 3, we did 4. 5 over here. It's the soldier, he was here.
Glasses with cracked lenses.
He gets around as that soldier, Jesus Christ. That's why he was at the bar, he was celebrating. He just bought a new pair of glasses with the loot. This all happened before the bar fight. But we got him now, he's you know, setting himself up as a criminal
A
mastermind.
brand new Colt, 45 caliber.
Very nice. Nice gun.
The shooter fired 3 rounds.
Bam, bam, bam. Okay. So they were probably directed at the cart over there. Yeah. Anything else over here? This. Oh. That was the. All of that. Okay. There we go.
Pieces of brass tacks. Piranha rounds.
Brass tacks piranha rounds. So shotty shot from there to here. Dude with gun there. Taking shots over here. 3 rounds hit. So 2 in the wood, 1 in the leg. Gotta figure out who done what here. Huh. What does the stuff say? The man with the shotgun fired only 2 shots, and then he ejected them. So he was probably reloading. A knife stuck in a tree near the shotgun. Someone caught a revolver bullet. The other 2 hit the cart. A trail of blood from the cart to the wall leads to a thrown knife. Yeah. Man with a revolver fired 3 rounds. His broken glasses are lying behind the driftwood log. The log is riddled with brass tacks, which must come from the shotgun. Okay. So, Roger Smiley was wearing glasses. Does that shotgun wound to the torso? Well, we know the shotgun blasts hit that area. That might have been him. The fact that they say he was wearing glasses, does that mean he still has them on and it's not him and this is someone else or what? Severed jugular vein. Man with a leg wound. Point blank shot to the heart. Interesting. Point blank shot to the heart. Well, from over there, ain't no point blank about that. I was thinking if that was this guy here. The man who suffers the leg wound was then killed point blank shot to the heart. So a fourth person here was the one who shot this dude. Up close. Point blank. After he sustained the leg wound. I bet this guy was the one who was throwing the knives, though. Right? Happy lurking, Yuri. Thank you. None of these knives have blood on them, which is very interesting. Like, there's throwing knives, but they got no blood on them. So you'd think that this blood smear would be the guy who got shot in the leg and came over here. The knife was dropped. He must have been the knife man. And he got shot in the heart. But it wouldn't have been from the guy over here with the revolver, nor would it have been from the shotgun man. He was dead. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see what we can figure out. Just gonna get into the Thunderbird pose, okay, and just, you know, meditate. What have we got going on? Any points of it do we have? These and that. Okay, start over here, anyway. We got a man getting blasted by a shotgun. First one hit the log, second one hit him. Or first one could have hit him and a second one followed him down and hit the log. Either way. Want a man wearing glasses here. Alright, so that's our glasses man, right? Yeah. Glasses man got shot here. Over here, this is leg wound man wearing a hat. Yep. The leg wound man gets shot, like bam, 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 3 shots across at him. From over there, probably. That would have been the Colt guy with the hat and the glasses on. That didn't kill him. Shot in the heart over here while he lay on the ground, and all that blood pooled there is from his bad leg, right? Which means the other guy he doesn't have glasses or a hat on. That must have been him. Yeah, that's hat man over there. That's glasses man, so let's just make sure there's no other. Yep, that's fine. Okay. The But none of this is entertaining the possibility of another party. Like, I get the feeling this was the man who, like, lobbed his knives. See, there's actually a knife getting dropped there. Or are we meant to believe that's a knife going in? I don't know. Let me just go through these again. This is just him dropping knives. Okay. Of course, he had one over here with him, which he left on the ground when he died and got shot in the heart. But he would have, from the angle of that throw, caught this guy's jugular. So he blasted him over there after he shot at him over there. And he threw knives over there. They just basically went round in a big-ass circle, didn't they? Alright, let's see how that works. Yeah.
The man with the shotgun was killed by a throwing knife to the neck, but not before firing at the man in glasses. The man in the hat took a bullet to his leg, but 2 other bullets missed. The report mentioned he was shot in the heart, but how?
Mm-hmm.
There's something I'm missing here. Who could have finished him off?
Mm-hmm. The missing piece. 4th robber. Need to pin this evidence here. The missing piece. Ah, there we go. Yeah. See, there's the other.
A police boot print. So that's how it ended.
A copper shot him. Interesting. So a copper who responded came and found the surviving man, maybe, or he was in on it with them, realized what he'd walked into, shot the dude thinking it would just look like it was part of the mayhem, took the money. Ooh. The officer who arrived first at the scene killed the fellow and took the loot for himself. Well, can delete this mark. We don't need it. Go. Don't think it was this
Just
guy.
arrived here this morning.
Did you now? Did you happen to find any loot? You shouldn't be admitting to things like that straight away. You don't know what I'm working on, boy. I don't think it was him. It would have been whoever responded first.
Look who's here.
All right. That done? Yeah, so these are just nice, quick ones we can just hammer out real fast. Yeah, I need to report first.
I visited the location where the 3 robbers killed each other over some stolen loot, but I wasn't the first to inspect the scene, was I?
No. Officer Schmidt arrived there first, just hours after it was reported. Poor Schmidt. That same day, he received news that his dear old grandmother...
Oh, let me guess, did he...
He had to leave for the funeral immediately.
Did he get an inheritance, though?
Anything but poor. I doubt he'll be coming back. It was he who killed the last robber and took the loot for himself.
Blast it. I knew he was acting suspiciously.
No, you didn't.
He may be beyond our reach now, but I'll be sure to expose the little weasel when I write my report. Nice work.
Unless he's stupid
Feel
enough to
free
come
take
back.
Another case. We make a great
He
team.
might just be going on holiday and then saying, you know, coming back and saying, I had a bit of inheritance as well. Yay, that's why I have a bit of extra money to throw around now. And they'll be like, nuh-uh. We have a cell waiting for you, by the way. What was did in the shadows? Okay. Oof. Okay, no, that's not it. I was like, that's a lot of evidence. Nope, that's this one here. All right. 2 men found dead near an open grave at the cemetery. The dead are rising. Both victims had bite marks on their necks. Damn it. Why did they have to go and resurrect Dracula? So John Bowden, the graveyard keeper, Saeed Havez, assistant professor at the medical college. What? Okay, so what was he like, paying the graveyard keeper to dig up some corpses for his experiments? Happened a lot back then. Happened a lot. Suspect is Hamil Arki Tanner, and Camille Arki, deceased, reportedly now a vampire. Okay. Doubt that. Leandro Berberi, yeah, he witnessed it, and also Joe, a vagrant. Fantastic. Evidence points to possible involvement of supernatural forces. This is a very Sherlocky thing. Let's have a look at the first victim. So John Bowden, 37-year-old gravekeeper, blunt force to the head and 2 puncture wounds on the neck. Massive blood loss from the carotid artery. Second victim, Saeed Havez, 56-year-old assistant professor at a Cordona Medical College. Single cut to the leg and then blunt force trauma to the head. Or slight cut, sorry, to the leg. 2 punctures in the neck. Major vessels intact. Blood loss minimal. Not a very good vampire, really, if he doesn't know where to bite, is he? Like, you know, come on. The intracranial hemorrhage killed him. Alright. Look at the suspect notes. Amil Arki is the brother of the recently deceased Camille Arki. We tried to make him talk. He's a hard nut to crack. Neighbors saw him leaving the house to put flowers on the sister's grave. Says they returned at dawn looking dirty and tired. Just in case, we also made him eat garlic, no reaction. I mean, okay, it was a precaution that I can't fault them for taking. I might have done the same. Casually put a crucifix on the table during the interrogation and see what happens. And, okay, sorry. I just like to bring this with me. Put it over here. Yep. So the vagrant Joe says, I was having my supper when Johnny came to dig another grave. Johnny? Really? So he knows the dude to call him Johnny. Gravekeeper. As usual, there was someone else with him too. That would be the professor. Must have dozed off for a while, but when I woke up, everything was a blur. Screaming, howling, flashes of lightning, but no thunder. Some devilry was up. I came out to see what was happening, and there was this reporter, Leonard or something. So that would be the other witness. Came out to see what was happening. The reporter, Leonard or something, he told me that a vampire had killed 2 people yards from me. Boy, am I lucky to be alive. Right, so you just believed someone else saying something to you. Cool. So he's no help here from this guy at all. The only thing we might get out of him is what happened before he emerged, when he said he heard screaming, howling, and then flashes of lightning but no thunder. That could be important. Flashes, what would explain that? Could be the camera. Could be the camera flash, right? Those old styles with the handheld flash thing where they filled it with like phosphor or whatever and other stuff to make it go, you know, and people. Alright, so the reporter says he's had a good nose for a story, strolling around the cemetery, as one does, you know, when I saw him, the necromancer. I'm not joking, he raised a woman from the grave and ordered her to attack the 2 men who were close by. Then they both turned into bats and flew away. Too scared to take any photographs of them, but I photographed the victims. This'll be a front page. Gutter journalism at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so yes, that at least, vagrant saying you flashes but no thunder was literally just from this guy taking pictures of the victims and then spinning a yarn like, hey, vampires, hey? Yeah, whatever. Sure, dude. Sure. Okay, So this is the cemetery. I guess we gotta go over there. I wonder if the reporter's still gonna be around and I can be like, so please try to dazzle me with your bullshit. Tell me how these were vampires. So he's claiming the brother was the necromancer and killed 2 people who just happened to be passing by. Even though, actually, yeah, hang on. Vagrant did say Johnny came to dig under the grave as usual and someone else was with him too. But it doesn't say he specifically saw them digging, right? Well, the cemetery is over here. This is the entrance. Where exactly would this... Ooh, there's the bats! Where exactly... Oh, here, I guess, where the copper is standing.
This place gives me the creeps. What if the vampire comes back?
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure you're safe. Was it in here then? Yeah, this is where the barricades are. Here be a whole ass basket of flowers.
The flowers are still fresh.
Wow. What we got going on here? We got hat.
This is a somewhat neglected and dusty hat.
It's the old professor's hat.
The stone is rather unwieldy, so it couldn't be used as a weapon.
Yes.
Someone fell and hit their head on it.
We're dealing with a very immoderate bloodsucker here.
So this could be where the professor fell and hit his head. Could have been shoved to the ground, maybe, and died from the blood loss. Or it could have been fleeing. Yeah, this looks like the scene up here, right? Where's the actual grave? Where's the empty grave? I'll find out what that is first. I'm guessing over here. Eventually. Yeah, here's the grave digger's shovel, so...
The blade is bent from the impact.
Damn, that was a heavy hit. Bit of blood.
The bleeding wasn't severe, there are just a few drops.
What we got here? Hat.
An expensive hat with a few grey hairs stuck to the brim.
Okay, that... could that be the professor's?
Someone tore their trousers here.
So this is the grave site. Ooh, yep. Tools of the doctor in trade and carvings and thereabouts. Crumpled note. We've run out of fresh cadavers for dissection. You know what? Professor Shelley. Well, Professor Shelley can go bugger right off.
The label is illegible.
Yeah, it's just S. That is, but we can check it out.
Looks
Empty
like a set of
space.
surgical instruments. One is missing.
Let me guess, would it be something with a couple of prongs?
It's not very polite to just drop in on someone unannounced.
Did they knock first? Okay. Well, actually, there's been more stuff over here. Aha. Yeah. This would be the vagrant's place, enjoying rat and
Psilocybin
mushrooms.
mushrooms. These are powerful hallucinogens.
Yeah. Suspicious fungus. Excellent choice, sir.
Nicely roasted.
I'd say he's done a decent job of it. Yeah, I mean, it's no Monster Hunter, barbecue or anything, but...
I wonder how
might
even
do.
the most destitute always somehow manage to scrape together enough for a drink.
Alright. Anything else? here? Seem to be that pulse. There we go. Nothing around here. I guess I have to chemically analyze. Yeah, so 56 years old, you would think grey hairs, right? The suspect. Don't know how old the suspect is. But he's a tanner. Trade. These testimonies are trash, basically all around. The only thing we get from this is he saw the gravedigger and the professor coming, nodded off, heard screaming and howling, saw the flash, but that would be from the camera, the guy taking pictures of the bodies, and then he got told by the reporter what happened. And the reporter tells us a fucking necromancer was here, raising a woman from the grave to attack two men. Both turned to bats and flew away. Then on the suspect, neighbors saw him leaving the house to put flowers on the sister's grave and say he returned at dawn looking dirty and tired. Probably because he got into a scuffle and killed a couple of men and was, you know, understandably upset. Let's see. Chemical analyses. What was in the bottle? Resurrection for. Okay, we can double this to turn it into the the 4 greens, sorry. That works for us. We have a 1 in blue, and we have a -4 in red. 1 in blue and a -4 in red. We're gonna get that. Alright. Do this first of all. We are going to flip. We are going to halve. Boom. We got the 1 in blue and a -1 in 4. In red, sorry. Then we're gonna do that. We're gonna flip it. And we're gonna add it to that. And then we're gonna add that and that. That. -4, 4. Boom! Easy. It is formalin, which is used for embalming corpses. Kind of wondered if it would be. So yeah. Why would they bring that to an already buried person, though? Shouldn't that have been done before? Maybe they weren't embalmed when they were buried. And he did this just, or he brought it with him as a precaution just to make sure he could preserve the corpse to bring back. You know? They would have probably wanted to bring the corpse back with him. Why do that at the graveyard? That seems really strange. Okay, whatever. We've got a bottle of clear liquid we know is for embalming. Mm-hmm. Gotta be something else here. Oh, no, okay. We can do this now. Alright. Dazzle me, John. So over here, we have who these people are meant to represent. We've got the embalming dude. That'll be our necromancer. That would be, I don't know. Yeah. Happens here. I don't even know who these people are meant to represent. I mean, we can assume the wide brim hat, which we found down here, would be for the gravedigger, right? So that's who we see here. We know the bowler hat we found over here would be for the professor down here. He would have been handling the embalming. And then we've got a man in a flat cap. Long coat. And then we've got a bald person. I don't know who they're meant to represent. Just gotta kind of guess, I suppose. And then we've got a dude here with glasses on. Hey, Talon! Sorry I've been largely MIA the last few days. No problem. You come whenever you're able to. No problem at all. I know you've not been feeling great. I saw you cancelled yesterday's stream, so hopefully the rest did you well. We're just doing some final side cases before we move on with the final part of the Sherlock story. In a terrible mood and wasn't feeling great. Totally valid reasons to, you know, not have to put on an entertaining front. I totally get that. Been there myself. So, working on maps for VTM tonight. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the game wants from me here. These side cases, you're just given a bunch of evidence, then you go look at the place, and then you've got to make judgments of what happened and piece the sequence. But I don't know which character is which, so I kind of have to just guess. But we got a dude here who fell. And we got a man in a flat cap. I'm wondering if the flat cap would be the vagrant. Like the man in the... yeah, okay, so we've already got some pre-standing shit. He's the vagrant. Who was chugging beer, eating rat on a stick, like a Fallout survivor, and eating shrooms, basically. So having a wild night, you know, he was having himself a jolly old time. Yeah, but we have a professor and a gravedigger come to basically, obviously, steal a cadaver. And we had the sister of the deceased, the brother of the deceased, coming along to plant flowers on a grave. This is the stupid-ass reporter. Okay, so that's who that is. Okay, so the bald man with the flowers would be the brother. Okay. He came in with the flower basket. Looked up and saw what was going on and dropped the basket. Oh my goodness. Not a lot to go on at all. But we know the bald guy is the brother. Now the question is, did the hallucinating... yeah. Did the hallucinating vagrant do all of this? But the thing is, we have a reporter who says, it were vampires, it was. That, you know, he told the vagrant that. It was like, oh, they turned into bats and flew away. You know, and that kind of thing. Let it be known, a little fungusy snack does not a good time guarantee. Yeah, you know, it's like, oh, you want that psilocybin rush, huh? Okay, get in there. Just eat that shit up. Oof. Oh, man. I'm starting to suspect the reporter, though. The more I look at the scene, the more I'm beginning to think the reporter did this to create a sensational piece. So otherwise, why? I mean, unless the reporter just happened to stumble upon the scene afterwards and decided to use... Yeah. Did he use an implement? Well, here's the thing, though. Hang on now. I can get into my casebook without leaving. The gravedigger, John Bowden, 37-year-old, blunt force to the head, 2 puncture wounds to the neck, massive blood loss from the carotid artery. So he was knocked out and then somebody stabbed him in the neck, making 2 puncture wounds to create the impression of a vampire. It seems a little extreme for a reporter to just go ahead and do that. You know, and then be like, yeah, I got pictures of vampires. Then he realized there's a vagrant nearby and was like, vampires did it, you know. But then where does the brother fit into all this? Like, he came home dirty and tired the following day, like he had a hell of a rough night.